Welcome back to Game Time. This, of course, is NBA TV, but we're very much aware of what's going on around the world of sports outside of the association. There's obviously a great deal of attention being paid right now to March Madness, the announcement of the brackets and all for the NCAA tournament. With that in mind, we were lucky enough to have a man who has made 13 straight trips to the dance and was champion back in 2000, an assistant back in Smitty's days at Michigan State, Tom Izzo.
Well, Mark, Smitty, it's good to be on, and I was just sitting here thinking, Mark, that 20 years ago this weekend, Popeye Jones, we were a one seed, almost got us when Smitty was playing. So then we had that Kenny Anderson debacle down in New Orleans. So I want Steve to know two things. He's getting old, number one, but it's NCAA March Madness time, and I'm sure he's still excited about that.
Coach, I got a chance to look at the bracket, and I don't say, is this a good thing or is this a bad thing? You're in Spokane, Washington, where Judd Heathcote will be at the practices. You try to tell me, is this an advantage or a disadvantage for you?
Hey, Steve, I told the media here, I said, we've gone through a lot of different scenarios here where we've tried some tricky things in NCAA, smashing the tapes and doing things for the Final Four in Detroit. And I was trying to come up with a gimmick. This year's gimmick is going to be, hey, you guys got to be out there with Judd, so you better practice hard and play hard, or you're going to have his wrath. But we are having a special media-attended audience. We're going to have breakfast with Judd, so I'm hoping that all you guys can fly up there, too. You know how fond he is of the media, Steve.
Coach, now you look at your team right now going into this NCAA tournament. How are you feeling right now? What do you think you guys have to do to make a great run again?
Smitty, we really have to, our leadership has been just kind of so-so, and our chemistry, we've been more up and down than we should. We had some injuries with Lucas especially. But I think we've really, the last couple of games, believe it or not, against Minnesota, we played great defensively, and we missed like 16 or 17 free throws, and that cost us the game. But we got a team that our inside guys are starting to really play well. Morgan and Draymond Green, and Kalen Lucas has done it over a 2-year period. He's been a little more pressure on this year, a little harder. We got to just keep everybody on the court. We've had a few issues where we've had some guys missing, but I think we're going to have Chris Allen back, and he'll be fine. And Kalen's got to kind of get back to form. And you've seen us good, and you've seen us average, Steve. We've been a little more inconsistent than normal, but it's March, and it's getting a little sunny longer up here, and this is the time of year.
Hey, Coach, since we are NBA TV, I want to kind of take this to our league here for a second. You've had so many guys who have had success at the next level. Are there things that you do, because the game is different, are there things that you do while you're coaching these guys to try and help prepare them to play in the NBA?
Well, I got a lot of NBA friends, and thank God, Mark, for guys like Steve and Irvin and the Cleaves or, the Richardsons. Guys come back here, and I think those guys do an incredible job. Eric Snow of talking to our guys. I know Smitty still throws on the shorts in the summer once in a while and does more post moves now than those great guard moves he used to. But he, those guys help me more than I help our players. I do think we run more of a pros type system with a lot of plays and things like that. But I just think it's we get to play in a good tough conference and our guys before these guys come back and try to help them, and that means more to me, and I think helps us more than anything I do here.
Well, Coach, looking at your first matchup, New Mexico State, what can you tell us about the New Mexico State, and what do you guys have to do against them to get the victory?
Smitty, I just was going to start watching film on them. It's one of the rare teams I haven't seen much of. I know they played very well. They beat a Nevada team at Nevada, and I've seen Nevada against Duke take them right to the wire. They beat a Utah State team that one of Judd's friends coaches and is a very good team. They've come on, they're hot in the tournament, and yet offensively and defensively, that's what the next 5 or 6 hours is for now. I got to find out a little bit more about them. And, Maryland's also in that weekend, and we don't go there looking ahead, but we do go there looking ahead to the weekend. I figure now our program's to the point where you got to prepare for all three teams because the object of everything is to win the weekend. And New Mexico will take that one game at a time, but we'll prepare for all three teams as we go.
Now, Coach, I've had an opportunity to work with Smitty for a little while here now at NBA TV. We could not let you go. I've got my own Smitty stories already in a short period of time. I got to guess you've got some great ones. You've got to keep it clean for me, but can you give me a little Smitty story before we let you go?
When you're really famous, when you still have a move, and Steve had that move where he'd go with his left hand and fake back, and we still call it the Smitty move. So we've named something after him. I still remember a couple times, when we'd lose and he would get pushed around a little more when he was really skinny, when he was soaking wet, 175 pounds. And I'd say, where's Steve at the end? He's down in the weight room. He'd go down there by himself. And I have a lot of great memories of Steve. His family were awesome. So there's not really a lot of bad ones, just a lot of good ones.
Hey, Coach, thanks a lot for taking the time. Really appreciate it. Certainly wish you the best of luck in the tournament.